Here's a quick way to visually inspect to see if a variable is acting as a covariate in an ANOVA or not. So in this problem, we have the therapy, that is your nominal variable, right? And it has 3 different levels. You have a group that's got no therapy, a group that's getting cognitive behavior therapy, and the last guys are getting biofeedback therapy. So that's your grouping variable, and depression is the DV. So we're going to see if age, weight, or annual income is acting as a covariate. In other words, is age, weight, and or income affecting all the groups of the therapy people when it comes to the depression scores or not? In SPSS, you're going to go to graphs, legacy, scatterplot, scatterdot, and pick simple. You're going to define it. So checking for covariates, the suspected covariate is always the x-axis and the DV is always the y-axis. So our DV is depression scores, and let's check age first. And we're going to set it by the different markers. The markers are the individual levels of a categorical variable. Now, if these lines are relatively parallel, they're not going to be perfectly parallel, but if they're all basically going up or down relatively the same, that means that that variable is a covariate. So let's go ahead and click OK. And you get all the different bubbles here. So the blue is the no therapy group. The green is the CBT therapy group, and the gold is biofeedback therapy. They should have changed that. Gold, you can barely see it. But what you do is you double click, you bring up the chart editor, and you go to this one with all the different lines on it right there in the middle. Click, close. And I would say yes, age is definitely a covariate, because for all 3 groups, the older they get, the more depressed they get. And again, I just make this data up. I'm an old guy and I'm not depressed at all. So yes, age is definitely a covariate here. Let's check the next one. Graphs, legacy, scatter, same. So we're going to kick out age, and let's stick in weight. Click OK. Double click, bring up the chart editor, put in the multiple lines, and that is not a covariate, right? It's different for the different groups, right? These lines are nowhere near parallel, so therefore weight is not a covariate in this problem. Let's check the last one. Let's go to graphs, legacy, scatter, same. We're going to kick out weight, and we're going to stick in money. Money depresses me. It sure does. The lack of it does. Okay, click OK. There's our annual income. Double click. Add the multiple lines. Same thing. Money is not a covariate, right? Because these things are nowhere near the same. But that's the fastest and easiest way I know of to check for a covariate in an ANOVA. Hope that helps. MGZ out.